Hello and welcome students to Learn and Practice Institute, and today's session is only on class 10 and the subject is science physics. Today in physics, the first chapter, that is light, we will start discussion over here and go through the descriptive part of it, and here few of the key points we have to follow, and that is the definitions of the light, then the reflection and the refraction part of the lights, and few formulas are there related to reflection and refraction, and after that few numerical problems are there and those which have to solve to us. So such problems we have to make, and we have to solve it out. As you know that in the earlier classes also few of the common things, and based on few common key formulas they have solved the maths, but here from class 9 onwards also you have started most of the problem solving in the physics part, and you know that in the physics part most of the chapter is totally covered by the maths. So here also few maths are also present in the light, and it is very important, and you know that most of the physics, the part of the physics, we know that there are few basic parts of physics are there, those which are also connected to the light. Okay, so that's why this chapter is very much important, and you have to go through this chapter in a detailed way, in details, and wherever you will face the problem, you must let me understand and let me make the questions so that I can solve you in a proper way. Okay, so without wasting time, let's go for it. The first question is that what is the light, or what is the definition of the light? Look, light, we can say that light is also a part of the wave of a magnetic form. Okay, and we know that throughout, if we say about the earth, our earth is also moving along with this axis. Got it? And it makes the rotation and revolution, and not only earth but also each planet and each other those which are celestial bodies are also present in the space, everything. So how is it possible? Why not the earth is moving anywhere else and it is not going out throughout the axis? Okay, or why not planets are moving here and there by their own wish? Yes, it is not, because there is a kind of attraction. What attraction? It has the gravitational power, right? And through this gravitational power, it has totally attract to each other, and by the basic or such type of magnetic field has made in each planet, that those planets are totally attracts at their own axis, and they will move around it whole the time. Got it? So in the same way, if we think ourselves, why we are standing here, why I am standing here, why I am not falling down anywhere else, because the earth is rotating, means we all are also moving around it, right? But we all are not feeling like that we are moving. We are just feeling that no, everything is in a proper way, no, nothing is moving. Yes, we all are moving, but we all are moving along with the earth. So that's why we are not getting such type of impression that we are also moving. And you can also see that we are standing, we are jumping on the floor, on the soil also, but we are not waving, or we are not just moving around in the air. Why not? All about the gravitational power, or all about the magnetic field. It means that magnetic field is everywhere, it is creating its own power. So that's why everything is, it's in its own situation, in its own place. But one question is there: can you see, have you ever seen such a magnetic field? Have you ever seen, yes or no? No. So here we can say that whereas everywhere magnetic field is present, but it is not visible, but somehow few of the magnetic fields are also present throughout the world that can be visible. Okay, that can be observed by our eyes. So it means that the magnetic field that can be visible by the human eye, that can be visible by every living organisms except plants. Got it? So those type of magnetic field or visible magnetic field is known as the light. Understand? So it means that after having rain, when the spectrum, it means when the seven colors of the rainbow comes out, got it, it comes out, so it can also be visible, right? So that's why such type of colors can be seen clearly, and it is also a magnetic field. It also makes a magnetic field. It also make a bow-like structure, and it has the color, and it is visible to us. So that's why it is called the light. In the same way, the light, the sunlight, okay, the light of the moon that reflects on our earth. So everywhere the magnetic fields and the bulb, the tube light, those which are used in our house also, that can also reflect its own power, its own magnetic field it creates inside our room. But as it is visible, that's why it is called the light. Understand? Okay. Next, we will read a very important, and it is quite known to you, that is the reflection. The reflection of light and the refraction. Refraction is quite a new word to you. Reflection of light, first of all we will read, and then after that we will go for the refraction. Okay, reflection of light, you have already read two laws on it. That first of all we will take a mirror in a horizontally manner, then from one portion a light will fall on it, got it, and in the same way it will also be reflected in the same angle by taking the same angle. Okay, and a vertical lines, if I draw over there and it cross it, it makes normal, and the line and the ray of or the rectilinear propagation of light, it means a straight line that falls on it, it is called the initial ray, and the light that is reflecting in the same way by taking the rectilinear propagation, it is the reflected ray. Okay, understand? And it makes the angles along with the normal. So these angles are mentioned mainly by I and R. So it's all, it is AB, suppose it is AB the mirror. Okay, so the through reflection of the light, reflection process of the light, if we go through the figure of it, so the figure will come like this. At first the mirror will be taken, and after that an incident ray will fall on it in one point, and from that point the reflected ray in the same angle it will take, and from where the angle will be taken as same, if we draw an imaginary line that is a normal, okay, a vertical line if we draw on the mirror, so it will take a equal half at the both side. One half is at the incident ray, that is denoted by the I, and the another part that is reflected ray, it will be denoted by the small r. So from here two laws comes out. Number one, that is the angle of incident ray and the angle of reflected ray are equal. It means angle I equal to angle R. Okay. Number two, what is number two? I am not depicting so much because you know about it. Now come to number two. In the number two, what is number two? That the incident ray, normal, and the reflected ray meets on a point on the same plane. Okay, so we can say that the incident ray, normal, and the reflected ray meets at a point on a plane. Okay, the plane should be a regular or smooth plane so that it can reflect again. So it means that we can say that incident ray, normal, and reflected ray meets on a same plane at a point. Got it? So this is the entire part, or these the laws of the reflection. Now somebody is saying that the plane is not regular, it is irregular, or it is zigzag. So for that purpose, the light of the reflection, the light of the incident ray, okay, it will not be same. Of course, it will also be same. Okay, somebody said that it is irregular, it makes the irregular reflection. Irregular reflection for this because from here all the regular or the parallel lights will fall on it. Okay, and the reflected rays also goes in a parallel way. Got it? But somehow if we say that for the zigzag space, for the zigzag plane, okay, how it will be? Suppose a light has fallen from here to this portion. Okay, so now draw, if I imagine the normal on it, it's a normal. So how it will move? It is the incident ray, so it will move the equal distance. Sorry. Okay. Now it is a reflected. Understand? Suppose a line has fall from here to here. This is the incident ray. It has fall. Now if I draw here the normal, this is the normal. So where it will go? Must it will go this side. Okay. Again I am taking. Suppose a light has fallen here. This is the incident ray. Now I have to draw here the normal. Through normal, in the same way, same angle it will take and it will go out. So just look, each line or each ray of the rectilinear propagation of light has fallen in an equal manner. Got it? And according to the normals, according to the 1, 2, 3 normals, they have reflected in the same way by taking the same angle. It means their each angles are equal according to the normal, but it looks very hazy. What for? Because the plane is not, it means the ground or where it will meet, it is not regular, it is irregular surface. Okay, as it is irregular surface, the rough surface, that's why it makes a zigzag manner of the rectilinear propagation of the lights. Got it? So not only the smooth plane but also the rough plane can also make such type of rectilinear propagation of light and can also take part in the reflection, so it is about the reflection. Understand? So from here we understand, number 1, angle I equal to angle R, that is the angle of incident ray equal to angle of reflected ray. Number 2, that incident ray, normal and reflected ray meets on the same point on a plane. Understand? Okay. Now we will discuss about the refraction. Refraction is a totally new part in this light chapter, and the light chapter you will read in class 12 in details in class 12. And not only that, in physics there is a chapter name is optic. Okay, optic. In optical physics you will read this light chapter in more detailed form, but here the basic part of the reflection and refraction has given. Now come to refraction part. Refraction, okay, its figure is also different. Suppose I have taken here a line, then the normal, then a beam of light is falling onto it, and it has taken the different angle. Okay, here it is I and this is R, and here it is air and here it is glass. Glass not, I am giving a diamond. Diamond. Understand? Not understand. I know that. Because it is totally different. Now the question will come, sir, why you have drawn like this and here the rectilinear propagation of light where they are meeting in the point at the normal, it is the normal at the normal where you have meet, and after that it is goes at the back side. What for? What for? It is why it does not come in this side. No, it will not come this side because here for refraction of the light, two mediums are needed. Look, two mediums I have taken. Air and diamond. Air and diamond. Air means the free space, and suppose a diamond is here. Suppose here is a diamond. Okay, so from here the light when it will fall on it and it will go through from there. It means that when the rectilinear propagation of the light meets on the surface of a different type of denser medium and it has change its place. This is called a refraction of the light. That's why it is said angle small I means incident ray and small r means reflected ray. Reflected ray? No, it is refracted ray. Refracted ray. Okay? So it means incident ray and refracted ray, not reflected. Reflected for reflection and refracted has come the word refraction. Got it? So refracted ray and reflected ray always forms in the different medium. When the propagation of light falls onto the one medium to another medium, okay, and it makes the its own reflection on the another medium, it is known as the refraction. Now, the question, another question, that it has taken suppose 45 degree, but when you have given here, it has taken at least 15 degree. It means according to the normal, if we follow, it has changed its own angle also. Na? At the first time, the angle has taken 45 degree, and we thought that the reflection will also fall as 45 degree. Same process, 45 degree, 45 degree, equal, because in reflection we read that. But in refraction, it is always depends on the density of the medium. Density of the medium. If we take here, if we say here few of the mediums, suppose air, suppose water, suppose jelly, okay, and suppose diamond. So it means that now you say which one is much thick than others, which one is much thick, you say. So first of all, thickness will go for diamond, after that jelly, after that means these means the most thicker is diamond, after that quite less thicker than the diamond is jelly. Okay, number three is quite less thicker than the jelly. Then air is the ultimate medium where it is free space, where it has the free space, and from this medium, means from air medium, the magnetic field of the light can be passes easily and very fast. Suppose from here, through example I am telling you, and the most ultimate is, if you say the most ultimate cell, beyond this, the most ultimate, that is the vacuum. That is the vacuum, means where there is no air. Where there is no air means the space, you can say. Okay, in the space there is no medium. It means if you say a large conical, a large flask or large any container, those which have the inside part has no air. It means that no air, any container or any kinds of space has the ability to pass the light very fast. It means vacuum means a street where no people. Suppose no people on the street. Right now, what is happening? Okay, in this time. Next, air. Air means one or two people. Got it? Less crowd, no crowd at all. Okay, in water, suppose 10 to 15 people. 10 to 15. Okay, few people, not crowd. Next, jelly, I am telling 45 to 50 people. 45 to 50 people means quite crowdness. Now come to diamond, where there is 100 to 150 people. So it means that through this example also we can understand that what is called the density. Okay, it means that the density of the medium or the density of any area is change its place to move the or the pass the reflection of the light in a proper way. Suppose you are moving by your car on the street. Okay, by your car on the street. The street is totally open. No one is there. Totally blank. No people is there. It means that from there you can take your ride your car very fast. right, without any tension, because you have seen that no people is there. So firstly you can move from there. Now where there is one or two people means, okay, you have to be alert that somehow or any time the people can come in front of my car. Number 3, that is 10 to 15. 10 to 15 means here also you have to be more alert while riding. Next 40 to 50. 40 to 50 people means crowdness is there and you have to reduce your speed of the car. And 100 to 50, 150 means totally crowdness is there and you are not getting time or not getting so much speed to move, and you are giving the constantly the whistling, right? So horn. So such type of problem also creates when the light also passes through one medium, the empty medium, to any denser medium. So that's why it is called the laser medium and it is denser medium. Okay, laser medium and denser medium. When the light comes from laser medium very fast, but when it comes to the denser medium, according to the density of that medium, the light used to passes into it and automatically the angle also passes, and the angle of the refracted ray, it falls according to the normal and according to the density of the medium. If the medium is diamond, it means it is very much denser, so the refracted ray falls very near to the normal. Okay, if it is jelly, so it must go from here. If it is water, if it must go from here. If it is air, it must go from here or in a straight line, in a straight way. So it means that according to the density of the medium, the reflected ray used to move. Understand? So this is the basic part of it, and through here we have also memorized two laws. Okay, those two laws are known as Snell's laws. Snell's laws. Snell's laws are based on the refraction of the light, where number 1 and 2 laws are present, but number 2 laws is almost as same as reflection of light number 2, but there is reflected, here it is refracted. So in reflection number 2 law, we read that the incident ray, normal, and the reflected ray meet on a same point on a plane, right? In the same way, we can write that, we can say also that the incident ray, the normal, and the refracted ray meets at a point on a plane. Okay, so number 2 is quite equal, just like the reflection of light law number 2. Now we will discuss about number 1. Number 1 is not as same as number 1 of the reflection of light laws. Okay, so here in number 1, here it is said that for number 2 we have to do few calculations. Okay, let's go for it. So I am rubbing this portion. Okay, that's so. So here we took earlier that incident ray is 45 degree while the refracted ray is 15 degree, right? So if we go for the calculation of it, suppose here if we take a measurement of I and R, if we take the relation between them, so somehow it will be said that if I1 I have taken as one type of suppose I1 I have taken any number, it could be 15, it could be 20, any number I have taken. So in the same way, the calculation that is coming for R, it is also R1. Then whenever I have taken I2, it is coming as R2. Whenever I have taken I3, it is coming as R3. Whenever I have taken R4, it is coming as R4. So it means that whenever I am checking that the combination of the relation between the I and R, it is coming at the in different process as same or in a constant manner. Suppose I1 and R1 its relation is coming as 1.5. Okay, then I2 and R2 it is coming as 1.5. I3 and R3 relation 1.5. I4 and R4 relation 1.5. So look at the in different portion whatever I am taking the numbers in the same way that calculation is also coming in the same process. Okay, it means that all the numbers are being taken as a constant number, as a constant number. So here we can see that by the ratio of sine I and by sine r. In trigonometry, you will also read it sine, cos, cosec, sec. Okay, so all these numbers, it means a number that is being taken by taking a constant name, that is a sine, cos, cosec, all this. So sine I means the value of I is added with sine. Sine r means the value is added with the sine. So sine I by sine r, it is coming always as constant. Okay, so it means that if I write here sine I1 by sine R1, it will come as 1.5. Then if I write here sine I2 by sine R2, it is also coming as 1.5. So it means that in each process we are getting the same number or the constant number. Okay, so that's why sin I by sin r, or the angle of I and the angle of r, it will always give a constant number. Through this calculation we can easily say the first law of refraction of light, and it is that the incident ray and the refracted rays are always constant. Okay, the incident ray and refracted ray are always constant. It is coming, look, it is coming as 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So it means that it comes in always in a constant manner. And number 2 is same, I already told that just like the reflection of light. Second number, that is the incident ray normal and the refracted ray meets at a point on a plane. Okay, now through this Snell's law is mainly number 2, and through this Snell's law few of the activities we have to do. So let's come and go for the next activity. Okay, to the last video we have discussed that what is reflection, what is refraction, and how to what is the Snell's law, and through Snell's law how to refraction used to find it out. Next we will read about the refractions, few of the examples. Again, as I have told, few activity we will do here according to the different mediums. Okay, and the refractive index. What is the refractive index? Okay, so let's go for it. So here if we take two mediums, suppose if I take here 1 and 2. Okay, these two mediums I have taken, and light passes through from one medium to another medium. This is normal and it is bending here. Got it? And here it is the incident ray and refracted ray. Right? So it means that going from one medium to two medium, the light is passing, that time the bending of the light is near to the normal. Right? So near to the normal, it means that from here we could understand easily that from the rare denser medium, rare denser is low density. Got it? And the densest and the denser medium means the medium that has the density more than the rare denser medium. Got it? So going from the rare denser medium, the light passes through to the denser medium. At that very time, always light bends at the or near to the normal. Got it? And whenever it goes to the, again it goes, the light, suppose light goes from 2 to 1, it means it passes from the denser medium to rare denser medium. Look, here it has gone away from the normal. Got it? It is away from the normal, not near to the normal. So such type of problems, so such type of bending of the light happens when the light passes through different type of mediums. Got it? For example, we can take different example of it. Suppose the light is passes through, it is air and it is glass. Air and glass I am taking. So through air, light is passing here, this is normal, and it is passing this, whereas I, R, and here if we go for the Snell's law, so here it will come sine I by sine R equal to 1.5, because earlier we have discussed In the same way, suppose if I take two different mediums, it is air and it is water. We know that I have talked that from glass, water is quite denser. So from here, if the light passes through it, so it will come quite near to normal. Okay, quite near to normal. Here, sine I by sine r, it is also have a constant number. Got it? And what is the constant number? The constant number, it is 1.33. Okay, 1.33. Next, if we go for the another example, suppose air to diamond. Air to diamond. Got it? So same way, when the light passing through air to diamond, you will observe that these lines or these reflected bending lines comes very near to the normal. It means that from here we can conclude that the the light that is bending through the diamond medium, and this diamond medium is quite or very much denser than these two. So that's why the light is bending near to the normal. Got it? So from here we can say sine I by sine r equal to 2.42. Why we are taking such numbers that 1.5, 1.33, 2.42? Because these are the numbers that most probably it will be used in your maths, and basically in your class 10 these mediums are used. Got it? So that's why commonly you just take memorize these numbers, that from when air to glass the light also passes, that time the refractive constant comes as 1.5, right? Air to water means constant number comes as 1.33. Then air to diamond, the constant number comes as 2.42. Okay, so in this way we can vary that through different medium how do light used to bend and what constant comes along with it, right? Okay, so next go for the part of it, the refractive index. Okay, refractive index. What is refractive index? Now come again to this example. From 1 to 2, when light is passing, then the bending is happening like that. Got it? So we can say that sine I by sine r equal to, here we have to take a constant. What is constant? The constant is taken as small n. Okay, the constant is taken as small n, and this small n shows as refractive index. Okay, refractive index of 2 1. Refractive index of 2 1. Why I have written these two numbers in this way as 21? No, it is not 21. It is saying that refractive index varies medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Okay, with respect to medium 1. So medium always taken the denser at first, the denser medium at first. It means the two medium that I have taken, these two mediums at first, then the less denser medium, whatever rare denser medium. So that's why the 2 1 it is written. It means that refractive index varies medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Okay, so that's why it is written like that. Now you come to the earlier examples. Suppose if you take here air and glass, so it has come like this. So what will you say? That sine I sine r equal to n. Then what you will write at first? Ag or Ga? Ga, of course, because glass is denser than air. Got it? So here we will write Ga. Got it? So it means that refractive index varies glass with respect to air. Got it? Okay, fine. Next, the another example. Suppose air to diamond. Now you say sine I by sine r equal to a to the power what? AD or DA? DA. Fine. So DA. So it means that refractive index varies medium D to with respect to medium A. Okay, so in this way the refractive index works. Got it? And this refractive index, why I am giving, because this index helps to modify something, modify not, it is used as formula or somewhere the explanation is needed that why it is used, and most probably in physics each and every term has to be used properly or explained properly, because meaningless things are not used in physics. So that's why the n and why this n is used and constant and how it is works, how does it work. Okay, so all these things we have to be mentioned in correct way. Got it? Okay, so come to our next part. Now we will go again back to a refraction. There is one part or one activity that based on practical, and when you will go for the physics lab, in physics lab also when it is said by the teacher for the refraction of the light to be to make a practical, so it means here you need that very instrument, and through that instrument let's go for one practical of it. The same thing that we have done here. Okay, when you will observe, when the teacher will tell you in the lab to make the refraction of the light, that very time he or she will provide a glass slab. Glass slab means it is a cuboid structure. It is totally a cuboid structure. Okay, and totally solid, and it is transparent, so from both from all sides can be seen clearly, and there is no bubbles into it. It is totally solid, the glass is totally solid from every side, and it is quite thicker and quite larger like this. Got it? So just like a box shaped structure with glass, with solid glass. Okay, there is no small bubbles. Got it? So it is totally crystal clear and transparent. So using these things, how is it possible to go through the color to bend the what is it, the lights. Okay, so when you will bend the lights or going to bend the lights, at that very time you have to take that glass slab, in this way to say glass slab, and give the name over here ABCD. Okay, now suppose a light is passing through from this side. Okay, it means it is air. Okay, I am giving here the another name, MNOP. Got it? So through MNOP glass slab, when the light is passing through it, at every time from air, it is air to glass. Okay, the light is coming, so light is passing through it, and here it is normal, and light has been from here, from that side to this side, it just came and near to the normal. You can see easily it is normal. Okay, and as I have told that it's totally crystal clear, it means the light will pass through it and from here inside of the glass, and again it will go outside, because it's totally crystal clear, so there is no chance to be taken the light, the exact amount of light inside it. Got it? So here we have to draw the normal also. It is in dash, and through this normal it will passes through in this way. Look, it has made a framework of the light, that how do light needs to pass, and what is the difference has been shown from here. Look, here are two part of it from where the light is passing through different medium, right? First of all, it has come from air to glass, then again it is coming from glass to air, right? So it means that it is coming from rare denser medium to denser medium, again from denser medium to rare denser medium. So that's why you can see that the ray that is passing through it, it has already changed into itself. Na? So it is always come to the normal. Look, it has come to the normal of this position inside the glass slab. It means when inside the glass slab this light is passing through, that time it is coming or it is moving through the denser medium, and denser medium means it will come near to the normal, and when it is passing the air, it looks that it is quite away from the normal, right? From here there is a quite distance, and there also quite distance, but here I will not give the incident ray, because incident ray means the ray that is passing through the first time to the glass, but the light is passing away from the glass again. It is not a rear ray, we will say it is emergent ray. But it is the emergent ray. So from here, two formula can come according to the Snell's formula, that is sine I by sine R equal to n. So what will be the formula? It means that from denser medium to rare denser medium, so it means that GA. Again we can say the another formula, that is sine R from sine emergent, that is n, it is GA. Correct? So it means that as through the denser medium it is coming to the rare denser medium, so almost the formula will be equal. Okay, the formula will be equal. So from here we can easily say that angle of incident ray equal to angle of emergent ray. Okay, we can denote it also using the small e, no problem, small e, because small I, small e. So angle of emergent ray, incident ray and angle of emergent ray is same, whereas angle of R at the both side, they are equal. So the another part we can say that incident ray parallel to emergent ray. Got it? So in these three conditions we can conclude it. So three conditions are occurring, that is the angle of incident ray equal to angle of emergent ray. Number two, angle of both reflected ray are same, and number three, the incident ray parallel to emergent ray. Okay, so this is the quite topic, the part you have to take out when you will go for the laboratory for making the practical on the refraction of the light. Got it? Through the slab, through the glass slab. Okay, now come back to again to the refractive index. We are telling about the refraction, practical, and then again go for the refractive index. This in this topic, in the next topic, we will just go for few relationships of the different type of mediums. Okay, so let's go for it. So for that purpose, I will take the same medium. Suppose I am taking here air and glass. Air and glass, the light is passing through it, and it is the normal, and it is bending towards the normal. Okay, so incident and refracted ray. What will be its constant? If we go for its constant according to the formula, so it will come as sine I by sine R equal to normal in the place of second medium with respect to first medium. So we can say for GA. Got it? So now if we just suppose we are taking the angles of it, that at which angle it has taken according to the normal. So for the incident ray I am taking here 45 degree. Okay, and for refracted ray the angle I am taking here 30 degree. Okay, and the light is passing along with its speed, because everything has its own speed. Earlier I have already told that light passes through in which medium faster and in which medium very slower. Where there is vacuum or the free space, from there light can passes through easily, and the place that which are totally crowdedness by anything else, or there is lots of boundaries or barriers, light cannot passes through easily. Got it? So in this way, light, suppose it is passing through at C1, the speed has taken as C1, and here the speed is taken as C2. So automatically we can say that sine I means C1 and sine R means C2. Okay, so C1 by C2, it is the speed of the light in which it is just passing through the mediums. Okay, so from here easily we can also generate the other thing, that is sine. What is the angle I have taken? 45 degree. So sine 45 degree is the I, and sine 30 degree is the R. Okay, so here it is done for this entire part of the figure. Now go for the another figure. If I interchange the place of it, means instead of air it will be glass, instead of glass it will be air. Got it? So again, if we do so, that here it will be glass and here it will be air. Just interchange the place. Okay, and let's take the lines of it. So it is the normal. So you know that in air light doesn't come in contact to the normal, so it is quite far from it, and quite far from means okay, and it is quite nearer to it. Got it? So light is coming through glass to air. Okay, not from air to glass to air. Okay, not air to glass, not glass to air, air to glass. I am taking air to glass. So if I do so, what it will happen? Look, here we can see the another thing that is called law of reversibility of light. Okay, law of reversibility of light. Law of reversibility of light means the light can be reversed. It is said that the light has its own intimation to reverse itself. It means at which angle the light is coming from this side to that side. In the same way, light can passes through using the same angles from one medium to another medium in the same angle. Okay, angle will not be changed. If it is taken here, 45 degree, 30 degree, in the same way when it will come back, means from glass to air, it will also take the 30 degree and 45 degree. Got it? So this is called the law of reversibility of light, when it will passes through air, when it will be reversed. So suppose the light is reversing from air to just in this way, I have just taken from here also in the opposite side. Got it? So through this formula, figure, what could be the formula? So it means that it has come from it is C2 and it is C1. Okay, and its angle is 45 degree and its angle is 30 degree. Got it? So it means that the figure will come C2 by C1 sine R sine I, and the constant means the refractive index n, it will be A. G means A is the second medium. Here I will take second medium and the first medium is G. So what will be its angles? It will come as sine 30 degree by sine 45 degree. Okay, sine 30 degree by sine 45 degree. Look, here are two difference. First of all, we have got here n to the power means the refractive index glass in the respect of air, and here air in the respect of glass. Okay, totally opposite two forms we have got. Now this entire index part, if we take as x, the index part if we take it as x, you just look at the value of x. The value of x is this. Suppose its value I am taking this x. Got it? It means sine 45 degree by sine 30 degree. It is denoting by x. So in the same way, when it will be interchanged its place, it means it is reciprocal now. This number is reciprocal of this number because it has already changed its number, because we know that whenever sine 45 degree by sine 30 degree is written as 1 by sine 45 degree by sine 30 degree equal to, it repeats itself, it means it comes as sine 30 degree by sine 45 degree. Right? So it means, look, already it has changed its own place, or it has already reversed itself or reciprocal itself. So it means we can say that it is 1 by x. Okay, so it means that this is x and this is 1 by x. It means from here we can say that according to the medium, the movement of the light or the passing of the light can be reversed, according to the medium. because here mediums are the ultimate part. Where there is a problem in medium or there is the difference in the medium, so automatically the movement of the light will also be different. Got it? Air to glass and glass to air, it is totally opposite to each other, opposite, the equal opposite to each other. So it means that it is also coming as a reversibility rule of it, that is called the law of reversibility of light. Understand? So this is the entire part, the entire process of doing such kinds of thing. Now suppose instead of two medium, three medium has given to you at a time, three medium, 1, 2 and 3. So for that purpose, so from here we can say that from this rule, then x equal to 1 by x. So this is a kind of rule. This rule can be used, or it may be used in the numerical systems when we will go for the maths. Okay, this chapter related maths then may come. It may come, or the explanations, or you have to. It is also said that in the question that prove that the light can be reversed through the medium. Light can be reversed through the medium. Then this entire process you have to show it. Okay, so let's go for the three mediums and how the light passes through three mediums. So we can write here refraction through three mediums. Okay, three mediums. What is the three mediums? Suppose three mediums I have taken here: air, glass and water. Air, glass and water. Okay, now light has to pass through it. Through three mediums it will move. Earlier, those what we have done through the glass slab, it was air, glass, glass, air. Only two mediums were there in an opposite way. But here, three mediums accordingly. Okay, so let's go through it. First of all, the light is passing through it. It is normal. But it next from here, it will come from this side. Look, when from glass it is coming, it has already changed its angle. It has bent already. Next, according to the normal way it passes through again. Look, it has also changed here. We know that in glass, it has somewhere it will change itself. Here it is incident, reflected, okay, and it is emergent. We are writing here emergent, but it is also refracted, not reflected, refracted. So from here a formula can be done from a formula. What is the formula? The formula is, we can conclude with one formula, that is, when the refractive index will say about medium 1 with respect to medium 3, because three mediums are there, no, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when it will say the formula will be said, or the refractive index will say the medium 1 with respect to medium 3, then formula will come as the refracted formulas product. The refracted formulas in or the mediums product as the mediums entire products. How can we make the multiplication of it or make the product of it? For this purpose, first of all, the first number we will take it at the first position. So here it will be 1. Okay. The third number at the last position, it will be 3. Okay. So 1 and 3. Then in the middle of it, what it will be? We know that in the middle of it, 1 and 3, what is there? 2. So 2 equally we will write at the both side. We will write at the both side. It means it has come as n1 2 into n2 3. So in this equal manner, if we go for it, so it will make the exact formula, and this formula is quite important for solving the maths related to refraction from different medium. Got it? So this formula, please keep it in memory or write it down, note it down, because it is very much needed for doing our next maths. So let's go for few maths.